Alright Pistons fans, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing something a bit new that I haven't done on my channel before. We're playing some NBA 2K. Now this is post-recorded footage. I already recorded this, and basically I'm going to be doing like a little bit of an overview on the roster and basically everything that I'm going to do on this Pistons series. And let me know in the comment section below if this is something that y'all want me to continue in the future, if y'all want more 2K videos. My plan for this is to keep going, win multiple championships with the Pistons and rebuild the Pistons to legend status. So if y'all looking at the screen right now, basically these are all the sliders, well not the sliders, but you know, the sets that I have. I don't really like to touch too much stuff, and I'm using the updated rosters, the latest updated roster that NBA 2K currently has. And the only unfortunate thing about this is that we won't have the first overall pick because I'm basically going to be starting all over from the first game of the season. So we won't have the first pick in the draft, which kind of sucks. Yeah, here I'm going to be adjusting the minutes to 12 minutes per game. And then for the most part, everything else is going to be the same because, again, I don't really adjust too much in 2K unless it's something that's like mandatory. For example, like sometimes I play with the progression and regression sliders, and sometimes I may adjust, you know, coaching stats and stuff like that. But for the most part, I like to keep things, you know, similar to what the presets are. And then as y'all can see here, I'm going to basically be changing basically like some things that's going to adjust the contracts in 2K, because I feel like, you know, if you played 2K before, you know that, you know, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, contracts get absolutely ridiculous. Guys be wanting like $20-30 million per year when they're basically just role players. So I adjust the sliders to make it a bit more realistic so that like your average role player is getting the right amount of money. And Joel Embiid, for example, he was gonna want the right amount of money. Zach LaVine, that's around the right amount of money that Zach LaVine will want. So as you can see, you know, those type of small little adjustments, that's the thing that I changed. But you know, you see right there, rookie signings, restrictions, all that type of stuff, I keep that stuff for the most part the same. As you can see here, I just bumped down the trade sliders, and that's because in 2K sometimes when it's on 50, the trades can get a little bit ridiculous. Like I've seen a few times in the draft where, you know, they'll straight up just trade Steph Curry for a pick, and then later on they'll trade some more star players. I just feel like sometimes in 2K the trade frequency is too high. Basically right here, it say auto generate rookies or load the draft class. Now this is something that I want to know from y'all in the comment section below. Do y'all want me to use the Cade Cunningham draft, or do y'all want me to use an auto generated draft? Now me personally, I always tend to go with the auto generated draft. I don't really like using the real guys like Cade Cunningham or Jalen Green. I don't like using them because I like, you know, adding a bit more surprise and a bit more mystery to the series. When you don't know, you know, right there, Damian Arthur, don't know who he is, don't know anything about him. I just like the idea of, you know, not really knowing about these prospects compared to Cade, because I know if I, you know, draft Cade Cunningham, he's probably going to be like a 79, 80 overall. And then, you know, with these type of players, it's a bit more fun for me. It's a bit more, it just adds more to the universe, in my opinion, to build legacies with guys who aren't real. That's just what I like to do. But if y'all want to go with the real draft class, let me know in the comment section below. But as far as Killian Hayes goes right now in the future, usually in 2K, I see him in a few years, he gets to like an 87, 88 overall. So Killian Hayes, I plan to keep him on the roster long term. And by the way, guys, this is not going to be something that's realistic. I'm going to be making multiple trades this series. Don't expect anything too crazy though. You know, I'm not going to go full blown insane, but for example, Mason Plumlee, he's probably going to get traded, even though that's not really something that's realistic compared to real life, because we're probably not going to trade Mason Plumlee. But in 2K, I probably will move someone like Mason Plumlee. But as y'all can see here, you know, the badges of someone like Killian Hayes with that legendary work ethic, that's something that can really help him, you know, progress and get his overall up. It's like an 88, 87 overall. I be seeing Killian Hayes, he gets pretty high in 2K. Dennis Smith Jr., I'm going to move on from him because in 2K, he does not get developed at all. Even a few years ago when he was on the Dallas Mavericks, I never really seen him have much success, so I won't be keeping him long term. Saban Lee, I may try to put in the G League for a few years and see whether or not he develops or not. Corey Joseph, I'm going to let him walk in the offseason. Wayne Ellington, I may or may not bring him back on the minimum. Josh Jackson, as y'all can see in the top right, it say 1 year. I believe it's supposed to be 2 years. Well, I don't know if it's like if he updated the contracts, but at the start of the season, Josh Jackson is supposed to have a 2-year contract, so I may adjust that, but I don't know if that's right yet. Frank Jackson, I'm going to try to keep him long term, even though his overall is a bit low in 2K. Sadiq Bey, he's going to be great for us. Diallo, he's another player who in a few years is going to be really good in 2K. LiAngelo Ball, that takes me back, man. That's how you know this is at the start of the season, man. LiAngelo Ball, the Ball family fans, they're absolutely insane, bro. Jeremy Grant, this is a guy who maybe like a year or 2 years down the line, I'm going to adjust his overall. I tried to see if, you know, if it would bump up, because in 2K, when you change players, like usually when you change a center to a power forward, his overall jumps up like 4. So let's say a player's overall was like 85, it'd be an 89 if he was a center and you put him to a power forward, but that didn't work there. But yeah, man, just overall, this roster, there are some players who I do think, like I've seen in 2K, I've seen Sekou develop, and sometimes I haven't seen him develop. You know, they have that boom or bust thing, as you can see with that potential. Between the potential and the boom or bust in 2K, that's a big factor in these players. And some players develop, some players don't. Sometimes Sekou, he will develop, sometimes Sekou won't. And guys like Killian Hayes, most of the time, he develops. Just small portions of the time he becomes a failure. But yeah, as y'all can see here with Isaiah Stewart, he's going to be the franchise center. I'm going to really try to develop him and make him the starter, even though his potential is a bit low. I have seen him in 2K be pretty solid. So yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go to the contracts here. I mean, no, go to free agency. If y'all can see there, that guy Earl Jenkins in 2K, he becomes like around an 85, 86. If you could really get him developing and going, he's a pretty solid player. Marquise Chris, he's another guy, if you put at the power forward position in 2K, he becomes a beast. Justin Patton, he was decent a few years ago. Rex Holland, he's someone who I'm probably going to sign. He becomes a beast in 2K, somewhere around an 85, 86, if you can get him going. Robert Kennett, like a bunch of these guys. Like if you can find a guy who's like 20, 21, 22 years old, you could put him in G League for a few years, or you can play him on the main roster, and he becomes solid. As y'all can see here, we got the real life our picks, multiple second round picks. That's really, really good and really, really cool. I believe I'm about to go to the coaches, look at these guys. And y'all can see Dwayne Casey, C-, and a B. That's not really good. And then he has that negative badge to him. And basically, I'm going to go through all of this, man. Most of the coaches and guys on this roster, they're not that good. If you look at Kenny Gooding, even like our trainer, I mean, our head scout, he's good. But if there's a guy who's an A+ right now, I'm probably going to fire our scout and get him. So just overall, all the coaches and scouts and GMs that y'all see right now, they're most likely going to end up being gone by the end of this season, because I'm probably going to fire a whole bunch of these guys, man. And then I think I'm going to look at the contract extensions thing. Yeah, Hamidou Diallo, I'm going to try to get him back, but as y'all can see, $12 million per year, that's going to be a lot of money. Dennis Smith Jr., probably going to try to trade him or just let him walk. I don't plan on re-signing him. And then the guys that y'all see that's ineligible, that basically means that you can't touch them right now because they're either too young or they're too old to be, you know, try to extend their contracts right now. And then the last thing that I think I'm going to go to is the scouting again. Yeah, so this is the part where I think I'm going to wrap up the video. And basically in my next video, that's when I'm really going to start simulating, start doing some trades, some free agent signings. Just overall, just let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section below if y'all want more of this, and if y'all don't, if y'all just want me to continue with my other type of Pistons videos, just let me know. And again, do y'all want the Cade Cunningham draft class, or do y'all want the auto-generated draft class? I prefer the auto-generated draft class because I believe it's just a bit more fun. But if y'all want the Cade Cunningham draft class, we can do that too. As y'all can see here, Damian Arthur picking someone up, like him up. I feel like that'd be more fun than the Cade, but it's up to y'all. So Pistons fans, let me know everything in the comment section below. How y'all feel about me doing this long term? Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 2K, and I'm out.